Now, this might be showing my age or my fandom, but I've always preferred Beaverton here in my South Park, my headcanon, my happy place.
We were messing around on this guy's new boat, and Cartman egged me on, and I crashed it into the Beaverton Dam. Dude, you have to tell everyone, right now! Hey, Stan. Oh, God damn it, you told Kyle, didn't you?
But this is a pretty cool cover version. Hoppers, the newest film from Disney and Pixar, and the first family film I've seen in a while in theaters. I actually went with my son, his girlfriend, my daughter, who goes with me a lot to movies, if you know by watching my reviews, and we all had a pretty good time at this film. I think it's going to do great with the spring break of it all coming up. I enjoyed it. It doesn't have that Minions flair to it where it just feels like mindless garbage that's just being spewed at you for funny little clips that kids can yell at each other on the playground. There is a message about family. There's a message about being angry at situations that you can't overcome and having to work through those, because a lot of those things in those situations are out of your control, which I think you can relate to as an adult. I think it's the building blocks for how to handle those emotions as a child are in here. So it follows Mabel, our main character, and she's a lovable, quirky kid who's kind of goofy. We get to see kind of a montage in the very early part of the film of her going from a child to a young adult, and how a family member and the loss of that family member impacts what she feels like she's supposed to be doing in life. The characters are funny. They're voice acted very well. The idea of Avatar is hit head on, like in the film. I think it's in the trailer too, because the premise is they've created technology where they can take little 3D printed roboted creatures that they've basically made like lifelike beavers and other animals, and then you can put your mind into them to go exist in their world among them. Unlike Avatar, there's a lot of good humor, a lot of deep characters. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not detracting from either way. I will say I did enjoy this film probably more than I've enjoyed any Avatar film, but I'm not the biggest fan of the giant Fern Gully movies. For whatever reason, I can't get into them. But I got into this, and I really, really liked it. And coming out of the theater, I felt like, dude, I would watch this again. And I don't really feel that way that much about cartoons that often. Film does a really good job of living up to the Pixar legacy of making sure that a kid is talking to things that don't normally talk, or that we know of, and they have their own little world, except for these aren't inanimate toys, they're actual creatures, and you really feel for their society, and there's a whole bunch of jokes that ensue. There's some moments of death of little characters that just kind of come out of nowhere, and it's really funny because those jokes are made on how those creatures are taken care of in this film, and then that reflects back on the main plot point. Again, I don't want to spoil a kid's cartoon because there's a lot of stuff here that I feel like an adult could still enjoy when they go see this film. I would definitely give Hoppers a B+, because it's got beavers in it, plus some other things. You know me, I can't do a movie review without doing a good dad joke, or a bad dad joke, or a dad joke, period. Some of the things that detracted it from a territory in the writing, sometimes that it's a little empty. And I think you'll see that, or that we revisit set pieces again and again, and we kind of give these flashbacks again and again, and we drive some stuff home over and over that feels like sometimes the movie to me is like, hey, don't forget, this is the way this character feels. This is why she's doing these things. And we get that. So it's a little hand-holdy sometimes. That's my cat. If you got kids and you want to take them to go see a fun movie on spring break, then take them to this. If you're a young couple, or you old couple, or you just like going to see really entertaining cartoons, go see this. Again, there's a lot in here that doesn't just feel like kids movie slop. It's got heart. It's got a good message, and it's funny. And I think that's all you can hope for in a movie like this. All right, well, you can follow me as always for more stitched up plots on some great or not so great plots. And I'll see you guys in the next one.